Modifieds are out on the racetrack, getting ready for their A main event. Dustin Ladd on the inside of row number 1 alongside Jonathan Dean. On his outside, it'll be Shawn Carlberg in car number 15. This is a big field of Midwest Modifieds. Should be a dandy race. Jeremy Leahy's going to be on the outside of row number 2 in car number 20. Rick Lampy alongside Robert High in row number 3. Kyle Bates in the Bubba's Barbecue number 74 on the inside of row number 4, and on his outside it'll be Tim Mullins in car number 16. Gary Krebs, your feature winner from last Saturday night, starts on the inside of row number 5. Got a long way to go. And on his outside, two-time champion Scott Campbell in the 83. Elijah Keeper, your point leader in car number 81. He's also deep in this field. Doug Skism in car number 22. Jared McIntyre in the number 9. He too, a long way to go. Reedus in the 53. And then your transfers from earlier, Rob Muhlenberg in car number 59 alongside Ken Walker in the 51. Matt Williams and Donnie Ost making up the final row. 20 laps is what the distance will be tonight. The Casey's General Store Midwest Modifieds. Casey General Store is a convenience store and a whole lot more. If you got one in your town, you couldn't have a better neighbor. And if you don't have one, there's one not too far down the road. Couple of cars keep an eye on. Donnie Ost got a good hot rod. 34 starts deep in the field. Also Rob Muhlenberg. He too starting deep in this field. Gary Krebs starting 9th. He's got a long way to go, along with Scott Campbell starting 10th. Gonna be a dandy. We buckle up and turn them loose off turn number 4. Green back in the air. Kyle Bates aggressive on that start, already up into the top 6. 3 wide on the backstretch, and looks like some sparks out from underneath the Leahy machine. He may have some trouble in that 20 car. Leahy dropping back, a lot of smoke, maybe some suspension problems. Not sure what's going on with that car. He's still up to speed. But that could be an electrical issue in that 20 car as he's fallen back and now makes it to the pit area. And boy, I did not like the looks of that. The sparks really coming out behind the back of that 20 car, and a lot of times that's where that battery is, back in those back part of the race car. And a lot of sparks coming out right back there by that fuel cell, so definitely did not like to see that. Robert High in 3rd. Shawn Carlberg in 4th. And Kyle Bates rounding out your top 5. And Gary Krebs, after starting 9th, already up to 6th. And looks like Jared McIntyre up into the mix. We'll see how we restack them as we go back to the last completed lap. So we'll get the field set, turn them loose on about 2 laps. Cars were really bunched up when that caution flag came out. Takes just a little bit to get everybody back in their position. Again, we do not race back to the caution. Rob Muhlenberg's car looks a little tough. 59 car been in a pretty good skirmish earlier tonight in the heat race. Able to get back in through the B main. And we'll see if he can move his way forward as this race goes along. All right, Jonathan Dean will take the low line. That'll put Robert High up on the top side. And everybody else will fill in right behind him as we get ready to go green in one more lap. All right, field is set, and Dustin Ladd is your leader. He'll bring him into the start-finish line next time by. Big group of cars behind him, everybody hungry for a win. We'll see if we can get another first-time winner here tonight as we come off turn number 4 looking for the green, and we're back to racing. Dustin Ladd goes up to the top side in turns 1 and 2, and that opens the door for Robert High. Robert High digging down on the bottom side of the speedway. They come off turn number 4. Out in front, it's still the Ladd machine. Gary Krebs trying to work his way forward, now migrates up towards the top of the speedway in car number 26. Trying to make that lane work as it did last week for him. And caution coming out for Elijah Keeper. Did not see Elijah Keeper going around. Not sure if he had some help, but 81 going around. Caution flag is out. Jeremy Leahy back out on the racetrack in car number 20, so whatever that was, looks like they've got that fixed and got him back out on the racetrack, but I believe he did go one lap down at least. Dustin Ladd really likes that top side. When he drove a pure stock here at the Springfield Raceway, he hooked the top side, made it work. And tonight he's doing the same thing out in front in that 43 machine. Went down into turns 1 and 2, went right to the top, and Robert High went down to the bottom. But so far, Dustin Ladd able to hold on to that lead. And as we mentioned, we've had several winners in this Midwest Modified class. We could have another one tonight. Kyle Bates looks strong tonight. Car number 74, he's up to the number 3 position right now. He already has visited victory lane, and last year I believe it was, in the 74 car. But he's got a good hot rod tonight. We'll keep an eye on him. Krebs and Campbell creeping their way forward as well. And Rob Muhlenberg has managed to put several cars behind him. We'll see if he can continue to move that 59 car forward. All right, just about got the field set. We'll stack them up 2 by 2 and turn them loose. All right, here we go. Next time by, that will be a green flag. Robert Hyde chooses the top side of the speedway. He had lane choice on this restart. That'll put Kyle Bates down on the bottom, and I believe that might just agree with that 74 car. We'll see how it works. And looks like Matt Williams got problems down in 3 and 4, has stalled on the racetrack, and now he refires. That car was having problems a little bit earlier. Not sure what's going on just when he rolled out onto the racetrack for the feature event. So maybe a little bit of an ignition problem there, but looks like he's fired up, ready to go. So we waved off the start. We'll get a 1 to go this time by. Keith Pratt gives him the 1-to-go signal, so next time around they will be under the green flag with the 43 of Dustin Ladd out in front. Donnie Austin, another car that's been able to move forward somewhat. Keep an eye on him. We really haven't got into a long stretch of green flag racing, and that's probably what they need back there. That 59 of Muhlenberg and Aust both need some green flag laps. Get out of some of that traffic and go to work. Dustin Ladd leads them in really slow. They creep in towards 3 and 4. Green flag in the air. Ladd out in front, but company coming. Here comes that 74 car. Kyle Bates down on the bottom of the speedway, and caution already. That's Shawn Carlberg up against the outside wall in car number 15. All right, so we will go a single file restart this time. By single file will be the restart. And I can guarantee you Kyle Bates will not be too thrilled about that. He was really hooking up that bottom side on that restart. He may be the car to beat right now. Running up towards the front and looking strong. Did not see that 15 car go over the top of the banking. Not sure what happened up there, but looks like he is going to wait for the wrecker, so perhaps some damage to that 15 car of Shawn Carlberg. Give a call to Jonathan Dean right now in that number 4 position. Hanging right in there. Gary Krebs in 5th. They continue to motor around the speedway. Once again, race fans, we really appreciate you being here tonight. Beautiful night for racing. The humidity is down just a little bit, and as the sun went down, it's just an absolutely great night to be at the racetrack, and we're glad that you chose to be right here at the Springfield Raceway. Want to remind everybody we got some big races coming up as the season goes along. Coming up August 2nd. August 2nd, that's less than a month away, the United States Modified Touring Series, USMTS, going to be at the Springfield Raceway. And that's August 2nd. That's a Thursday night for the USMTS. And, man, I can't wait. Always a great show when Todd Staley and the gang come to town. USMTS on August 2nd. And then, of course, coming up the 28th and the 29th, it's going to be the Malvern Bank Cash Money Super Dirt Series, the 100-lap event, the first annual Saturday Night Lights Showdown. And once again, if you have any questions and want to get in touch with somebody on that, talk to Daryl Mooneyham or Justin Wells. All right, here we go, getting ready for the restart off number 4 this next time by. We'll see if we can get the cars to go around a few times in a row. Need some green flag laps to see what some of these cars in the back are able to do. About moving forward, Matt Williams still struggling just a bit. And looks like we're going to have to go for restart next time by. All right, here we go. We're going to go green this time. Dustin Ladd still out in front. You know he's ready to go racing. Robert High's ready to go. Kyle Bates is on the gas. We're back to green flag racing. Robert High diving it down to the bottom of the speedway, trying to run down that Dustin Ladd machine as Kyle Bates is right on the back bumper of the 51. Top three trying to check out from the rest of the field is Gary Krebs now working up on the top side of the speedway. He wants that fourth spot, and he's got it. Scott Campbell also going to work up to the top side of the speedway. Mullins also looking up towards the upper part of the speedway, but out in front, the battle for the lead. It's still Dustin Ladd out in front. Kyle Bates side by side with Robert High. Oh, Robert High up on the berm. Gonna lose a lot of positions all the way back to about the 7th spot as Leahy continues to have problems. He's headed for the pits again. Dustin Ladd able now to open up a pretty good lead over the 74. Kyle Bates committed down to the bottom. Gary Krebs still working up on the top side. As now we're getting some green flag laps behind us. Out in front, it's Dustin Ladd. He's got a half a straightaway over Kyle Bates. 10 more car lengths back to Gary Krebs. Scott Campbell running the bottom lane along with Tim Mullins right now. That's your top 5. And Dustin Ladd trying to check out from this field has got that 43 car rolling strong tonight. Tough break for Robert High as he continues to drop back through the field after being so strong at the beginning of this race. Ladd, your leader. Kyle Bates second. Gary Krebs starting to close the gap on that number 2 position. Mullins and Campbell having a good battle for the 4th spot. And Donnie Ost on the charge in that 34 car. I knew if we had some green flag laps, that car would be on the go. And he's using that top side of the speedway to get his way forward. He's probably going to run out of time, but that 34 car running strong, may be as fast as anybody on the racetrack. Oh, way up on the top of the racetrack goes the top 2. Make that the 1st and 3rd place car, both off the top of the racetrack. Dustin Ladd up and over, and then Gary Krebs almost at the same time up over the top of the berm. And you just have to wonder if something may have been up there, some fluid or something. Both cars going off the top of the racetrack. What a tough break for Dustin Ladd. Looked like he was on his way to picking up his first win in a Midwest Modified, and not gonna happen now as he goes all the way to back of the pack. Gary Krebs running in 2nd. Make that running in 3rd, also going to the back of the pack. Man, what a heartbreak for both of those race cars. Well, tonight's not going to be Dustin Ladd's night, but I tell you, he's got to go home knowing that they came to the racetrack tonight looking strong, and that's got to give him a lot of confidence coming back next Saturday night. But right now, you got Kyle Bates out in front, and there's Scott Campbell, multi-time winner. Right behind him, it's Tim Mullins in the 16, and how about Donnie Ost? Hanging right in there, and he's up into the 4th position. And do not count out that number 34 car up to 4th and looking strong. Jonathan Dean able to hold on to 5th. Robert High in 6th. And Muhlenberg is in 7th. And it will be a double file restart, so this will put Donnie Ost even closer to the lead. And looks like Donnie Ost will be going to the bottom side of the speedway. That may not be what he would prefer. All right, lights are off. A major turn of events among the 1st and 3rd place runners. Now, can Kyle Bates hold on and pick up a win? How about Scott Campbell, Tim Mullins, Donnie Ost? Here we go, coming off turn number 4. Green back in the air. Kyle Bates going down to the bottom of the speedway, coming off turn number 2. And here comes Rob Muhlenberg up on alongside Donnie Ost. That's the battle for the number 4 position. 2 to go this time by side for the lead. Tim Mullins working the center of the speedway, coming off turn number 2. He's got to run. Give him the lead going down into turns 3 and 4. Kyle Bates still down on the bottom. Scott Campbell also down on the bottom. Donnie Ost way up on the top side, trying to reel in the top 3. Elijah Keeper, after the earlier spin, has rallied just outside the top 5. He races with Rob Muhlenberg, but the battle for the lead and the win coming off turn number 4. It's going to be Tim Mullins, your winner. Kyle Bates second, Scott Campbell third, and Donnie Ost got a little bit high down in turn number 4 and lost a couple of positions. Tough break for him, but what a great recovery for the 34. But how about Tim Mullins? Holding off the 74 of Kyle Bates. Rob Muhlenberg making a nice recovery after problems in the heat race earlier tonight, moving the 59 forward. Heartbreak for Dustin Ladd. Looked like he had his first win within sight, and it just was not to be. While Tim Mullins unbuckles in victory lane, we get ready for the reliable Chevrolet B Modified A main. Lead him out, car number 39, and he was